drive.
Drilled deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. Up for grabs. There's his walk-off home run.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Clubhouse Talk. Today with another episode, another big leaguer in the show, and it is number 23 of the Philadelphia Phillies. Give it up for Corey Knebel.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being on the show, Corey.
What's up, Corey?
Nice glasses. Good weather.
Classic rocker.
Keep them on so y'all can't see me.
Seems like you're doing well. So, Corey, where you at right now? Just give us a quick.
Right now I'm in Texas. I'm in Austin, Texas.
Nice. So you're not with the team?
I'm not with the team right now. No, I'm doing some rehab on my shoulder back home. That way I can be here. I mean, I got the stem cell injection, so there's nothing really I can do. So can't really work out too heavy. Can't do much. Just got to try and let this thing heal for another 4 weeks and see if the tear heals.
Okay, so could you be back for the playoffs?
I could be, yes. If this stem cell works, if it works, then yeah, I can build up and start going from there. If I can, start performing, then yeah, of course I can. It's not out of the question, but I still have, since I went on the 60-day IL, I'm not eligible to come back to game performance until basically playoffs start.
So hopefully the team will make the playoffs and we'll have a good run in the playoffs then.
Yeah, we go to the wild card. We win the wild card. I'm eligible for that, and then yeah, if I can have 2 weeks to kind of rehab and get back to where I need to be, then yeah, we should be good to go for the second round of playoffs.
That's cool. That's cool. And your team win yesterday.
Yeah, big win yesterday.
Yeah, really important. Nice walk-off from Vierling.
Yeah, Vierling's a baller. He's a player, man. I love watching him play.
Yeah, he's doing well this season.
Yeah, having a good season.
Guys.
And he's fast, man. So if he can get on the bases, man, it's going to be pretty good for us.
That's good. Let's just start off like we always do, some introduction also for the fans, and just give us a quick insight of how did you start baseball, how went everything, and what did you do to get to this point where you're at right now?
Well, okay. Well, I started, kind of like everyone. We've all been playing baseball since we were kids. And I was playing at a little town called Bastrop. It's southeast of Austin in Texas, and it's pretty good. And I got told by my select ball coach that I'm not really going to go anywhere if I stay here, so I transferred out. We transferred out to another school, and I ended up signing with a junior college, and then right before I guess the deadline for D1 schools to sign, the Longhorns came in and they offered me a scholarship to come play, and I couldn't pass it up. I've been a Longhorn fan my entire life, and me and my family all have, and we love the Longhorns. So I signed right away. I said, I'm going to Texas and I'm going to be a Longhorn. And I did. I loved it, man. I had a blast at Texas. It was 3 of some of the best years of my life. And I became the closer there. So I was a starter in high school, and I became the closer there in college and closed all 3 years, had a couple starts. and then signed with the Tigers in 13. I left early. Was with the Tigers organization where Solbach is right now, and hung out in Tigertown, Lakeland. 13 and 14, got traded to the Rangers. I didn't play in the big leagues with the Rangers. I just was in AAA with them for a little bit, and then traded to the Brewers in 15, and I was with the Brewers from 15 until 2021, and then that's where me and Marcus were teammates with the Dodgers. And now I'm here with the Phillies.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Okay. You answered my question, because my question was when did you transfer or made the decision to become a closer? So you answered that. But did you play in the field as well when you started, or was in your mind like, okay, I want to be a pitcher from day one?
Yeah. So in high school, I played all over. I played shortstop, first base, outfield, and then when I went to Georgetown, the school I transferred to in high school, they told me I'm only going to play first base and pitch. And I hated pitching. I didn't really enjoy pitching. I liked hitting. I wasn't like too good at it. And so I went to college, and I wanted to hit, but they said, I'm not going to hit, you're going to pitch. So I stopped hitting, and then I wanted to be a starter, and basically they didn't tell me, but it was going to happen. I was going to redshirt my freshman year if I tried to start. So then I just shut up, and I went out there and just tried to throw as hard as I could. And I started throwing 97, 98, and they ended up making me a reliever. And I had, I think, 3 outings at the beginning of the year where I relieved, and I went like 4. My first relief appearance, I went 6 2/3, and then my next one, I went 4 innings. Some reliever, right?
Wow.
And then they told me I'm closing, and I started coming in the 9th inning.
Were you throwing as hard as you do now, or was that like, did that take a while for you?
At the beginning of my college career, that's when I was throwing 90. I was throwing probably 95 to 98.
Over 6 innings?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say I never threw a pitch under 95 my freshman year when I was throwing. It didn't matter. I mean, I threw the most innings I ever threw in a game was 7 2/3 against Texas Tech. I came in like the 7th inning, and we went all the way to extras into 14 innings. And but Marcus, you got to understand me also. My freshman year, I didn't throw a single curveball. I threw all fastballs. So if you were not throwing any of your off speed, you could probably throw your fastball hard.
Yeah, true.
I just threw fastball. I just threw as I could, and that was it.
Yeah.
What were your first, like, what was in your pitch arsenal at first when you became just a pitcher, and did something change then over the years? Did you add something, or did you put something away?
So in high school, I was a sinker baller, so I threw sinkers and changeups.
How did you grip it?
I threw about
the sinker
2-seam, right where you are. Yep.
Like this.
I put both fingers on the seams.
Like this.
I'm actually.
Yeah, beide.
Nope.
So. Like this.
Yeah. So,
okay.
There you go, like that. Yep.
Gotcha.
Just like that, and then my changeup, I just moved it to where I had these 2 fingers on those same seams.
Like this.
And that was, just like that. And that was it. That was all I threw, and I threw about 88 to 89. I topped out at 90, I believe, my senior year in high school. And hey, also, guys, I might be going through a little bad area right now. I'm about to pull into my house. So once I get to my house, I'll have better service.
All right.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
But so I threw 88 to 89 in high school, and then I went to college, and I really don't know what happened. I got tested a lot that year for steroids because, which was such a joke because I was 6'4", 190 pounds. Like, how am I getting tested for steroids? Because I started throwing 98. Yeah, I started working out more in college. We had, access to protein, food. They fed us at the field, so it was different. Being in Texas was kind of like, yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Some technical
Are y'all there?
technical
You
issues.
see me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
We can
Yeah, we can hear you.
Am I back yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost.
Sorry. I'm close to pulling in, and everything will be fine. But yeah, I don't know. Being in Texas, I'd say it was a close step to being in the big leagues. Texas we had everything we wanted. So I had access to the gym anytime I wanted, food, protein, and I just started eating better and working out better. And the one thing my pitching coach took me through, obviously I got to give a lot of credit to Skip Johnson. He was my pitching coach in college. He worked with me every single day for probably 2 months straight on getting my extension, getting my leg extension. I was striding further. I was getting out there more, and I think that's really what golf was.
Probably jump into Wi-Fi right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Helped me throw harder.
Okay. Is that what you said? 6. What is 6'7"?
No, 6'4".
6'4". What is it in centimeters?
So eins 193 centimeters. 194 maybe.
Okay.
Something around that. 194.
190 pounds is what?
Is about 82 kilos.
Okay.
Oh, maybe a little more.
More?
88.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
definitely not steroids. Doesn't look like you took steroids at 6'4", 190. I tell you that much.
skinny like me.
Yeah, he's about. Yeah, he's.
Yeah,
about
I'm the
same.
same. Yeah, I'm 195
About
and 87. So never get tested for anything.
Yeah, so that was me, and I just.
Would you say
That was
the Longhorn college or the baseball how do you say organization program? Yeah, is one of the best in the nation?
I would say in baseball, yeah, I think we're one of the best in the nation. Continuously, day in and day out. We've got. Heck, when I was there, we went to the World Series in 2011, and we were leading all of the NCAA, I think, with 39 College World Series appearances. And since I left in 13, I think we've been back another 4 times since then. So, I mean, they go a lot. I think we've got 5 national champions, 6. So, obviously, there's other teams that have been doing well over the years too, but I think Texas has been consistently one of the best in baseball. And yeah, I mean, football, obviously, you've got Alabama, who is kind of a workhorse, always running, but Texas put up a good fight 2 weeks ago. That was a great game on that. They lost by 1. And
Great game.
Is there is the rivalry between the Longhorns and the Sooners also in baseball? Because in college football, it's really big. But I don't know if it's in baseball also. I could imagine that it's like this because maybe sport, not just in one sport.
I'd say it's not as big in baseball as it is in football. Yeah, we got the Red River Rivalry is what it's called, and it's big in football. Because it's the only game where every year we don't play at our place or their place. They play it at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, which is halfway in between places. And it's a huge game. But in baseball, our biggest rivalry is always the Aggies, Texas A&M.
Oh yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Cool.
So yeah, let's get a little bit into the present. What is like? Can you compare? Not comparing, but heard a lot of Philly sports movement and the culture in Philadelphia. They have like crazy fans, especially like the Eagles fans. And is it also like with the Phillies fans? Are they also like, is it really crazy? How's the crowd? How is it to be a Philly?
Yeah, I mean it's the entire city of Philadelphia. That's just they're all the same. They take pride in how they act. They're ruthless is what they are. So I've noticed it. Those fans will be the loudest fans whenever you're doing good, you're winning, which, I mean, yeah, they want you to win. They're showing up. Bryce Harper said it best. They're paying a lot of money to come to the games to watch us perform and to win games. That's what they want to see. And if we're not winning, if we're not doing good, then they're going to let you know. So, they take it day by day, just like we do. If we have a bad outing one day, well, we still got to come out and perform our next outing. You can't let the past outing get to us, and that's exactly how they do it. You do bad that day, well, they're going to let you know, and then they're going to completely forget about it the next time you go out, and you better perform. So,
how would you compare that to like the Dodgers and Brewers and maybe even the Tigers? Like, would you say, especially like Dodgers to Phillies, do you think there's a big difference?
Yeah, I'd say there's a pretty big difference there. I mean, the Phillies, trying to think of how to compare it. I mean, I think the Dodgers obviously had more fans throughout the week. Obviously week games, there's not going to be as many fans, but Philly, there's just during the week, there wasn't as many fans, and that was just, look, if we're not doing well, I know we went on like a 3-game losing streak, and then we came on the road, and then we came back, and yeah, some of the fans didn't show up. We took that as, all right, well, you got to play better. We want fans to come. You got to play better. And the Dodgers,
I kind of like that.
The Dodgers was like, they're going to show up, win or lose. It didn't matter. Everyone wants to come to the Dodger Stadium, come watch the games. And we were just
it was different. I guess we were just used to seeing fans, and with the Phillies, it was like you better perform if you want them to show up. And they did. We started playing well. They started showing up on week games. Before I got hurt, we're playing the Mets at home, and obviously that's a big series, but it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and they're showing up. We're selling out, so
That's cool.
they'll be there, man. They'll be there, and they'll be loud whenever you're winning.
That's cool. Like you saw it yesterday.
Be loud whenever you're losing, though, too.
You could see yesterday. Like first they were booing, like for in a lot of situations. Like so, I think Bryson Stott made a mistake at short and something else, and they were booing. But then the stadium erupted when in the ninth inning. Oh, was it extras? It was extras, huh?
It was extras.
Yeah.
They let us know errors. Those are mistakes. Obviously, no one likes. Same thing with pitching. It's just as a pitcher, you don't want to give up any runs, and that's our job is to not give up any runs. And hey, the fans don't want any runs given up either. So, but I know that Bryce Harper also is one of the best in the game, and I know he grounded out in the 5th inning, I believe, last night, and it was bases loaded, 2 outs. He grounded out, and the fans weren't happy about that. They let him have it, but Harper also knew that that's not what he wanted to do. He was going out there to try and knock in a run, and he didn't, so he was upset about it too. But on the flip side, if he would have driven a run, they would have erupted like they did in the 10th inning and how they were in the 8th inning. Everybody was going insane. We started scoring some runs, so it'll get loud there.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
cool.
Love it. It's a big difference between soccer and baseball. Like, so how the crowd reacts and to what, like, especially I don't know if you watch some kind of soccer games or not, but like they always are singing and stuff like that. Like, of course, sometimes they're booing, but such a difference between those two. But I love when the stadium erupts and when you hit a home run or stuff like that. Like, I would prefer to scoring a goal, or especially in my thing, like they never erupt because I'm a goalkeeper. When I catch a ball, it's like you have to. It's not often that you get a lot of cheers for catching a ball.
Yeah, soccer, they're constantly cheering, right? So you're hearing it nonstop. You're hearing chants, singing, cheers, boos. But the Phillies game, there's gonna be a couple, probably more than a couple innings where there's just silence almost. Like they're not gonna give you cheering until you give them something to cheer about. So, hey, Nola goes out there and he shuts down 1, 2, 3, and he's walking back in. They're going to let him know. They're going to give him something to cheer about there. That was awesome right there. And then we go out. We don't score any runs. We go 1, 2, 3. It's not going to get loud. It's going to stay quiet. So you want to hear anything, you gotta give them something. So,
do you think if you're like a young player, first time in the big leagues, would it be easier to be with a crowd like the Dodgers, or easier to be with like the pressure of the fans? Do you think that would help you making your debut?
Yeah, I think it's
a tough question, but
some younger players, can have gone through struggles maybe in the minor leagues or in college, or they've prepared themselves for that. They've got other guys that have helped them through it. I think that's a big thing. Yeah, I could definitely see a lot of young players being broken by, being with the Phillies, not performing. Even if they are performing, like I said, every day is different. If you go out and you go 3 for 3 one night, they love you. And then the next night you go 0 for 4 and you made an error in the field, you know, it can be tough, you know. So I think it has its perks, and I also think that there's some, I mean, being a young guy coming up in Philly could also hurt you. You don't have the proper skills to be able to kind of block all that stuff out.
Yeah. How was it for you to return for a Texas Rangers game to the stadium where you grew up, where you went to college?
It was fun. I had a lot of family there. That was a sweet stadium too. The brand new stadium there. That was awesome. I had a lot of fun there, and obviously, you know, we didn't win any of those games, so it wasn't as fun, but it was definitely cool being back in Texas.
Yeah, I guess.
What are your actually in the moment your go-to pitches? Like, what is in your arsenal, and what is your most favorite? Like, what do you use most? What are your strikeout pitches? What don't you like, or you struggle with?
So right now I'm just four-seam fastball and knuckle curveball. I've been trying to learn other pitches over the years. Been trying to learn a cutter and a changeup. Changeup's too tough for me to learn. My arm angle is not like others. I'm too over the top, so I think a cutter would probably be better. But I mean, this year it was a little different. My strikeouts weren't as high. You know, in years past, I had more strikeouts on my curveball and my fastball up, and this year I just didn't locate my fastball up as much, and my curveball stayed up too much. Didn't get enough like down in the zone. So that was kind of a struggle this year, not being able to locate the fastball up and the curveball down.
What are the reasons for that? Like, is it a mechanical thing or a mind thing? Like, what is the reason you can't pitch like you want or you wish to?
I mean, I think there's some of both. I know there's a couple times, you know, where I'm going out and like I didn't feel right for a couple outings. You know, I couldn't find my release point. I just, you know, couldn't figure out what's going on. Why am I yanking it? So I think that there's some mechanical issues that were going on, and then I fixed those. Came back, everything was going good, and then you just start going through some mental stuff. Everyone does, and we got to work through it. So I was going through, you know, a couple mental things where I'm trying to, okay, hey, I'm getting behind too much. You know, I got to get ahead here. And once you start thinking you got to get ahead, you got to throw a strike, then you're not going to. And
How's that?
True.
How's that when this is your I mean, you had how many different big league spring trainings in your life and with different organizations? Is it, if you're a guy like who's been established, do people in a new team and a new spring training actually like work with you a lot, or do you kind of do your thing because you know what you need to get ready?
you know, the Phillies, they kind of let me in on, look, hey, we're here for you, whatever you need. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, and so me, I was like, look, I've got everything that I've been doing, it's working. Here's a couple things I want you to look for, you know, release point, my stride, you know, if I'm getting too low, and then they would help me out, let me know after outings, you know, how'd you feel? Here's what I saw if you want me to let you know. And, you know, they wouldn't just come up and say, hey, here's what we saw today. You were getting too low on your backside. Your arm angle, you had a good outing, but your arm angle was down. Your curveball spin rate was down. Like, they wouldn't do any of that. They'd come and ask me and, you know, let me know how I felt, what I wanted to take a look at. So, you know, they understood that, this game is 95% mental. So, don't throw in.
Which is a crazy difference to the minor leagues. Like if I, out of my own experience, if you're, let's say you're in like your first 3 or 4 years of being in professional baseball, and you can come to spring training, and I mean, if the fact that they don't make you throw with a different arm is crazy. Like you know how it is. You come in, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, we want you to drop your arm angle. We want you to lift your leg like this. We want you to step on the
Yeah.
other side of the rubber. And you have 6 weeks of spring training where you're just working on everything, and then boom, the season starts. But I mean, in the big leagues, you've been doing it for so long. I can see how it's more of a, hey, we're here for you. We're going to guide you if you need us. But you know what you know what you had to do to get to the point where you're at. So that's
Correct.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just said baseball is such a mental game and such a mental sport. So how does things like the pitch clock, what will be coming next year, will affect that?
Yeah, that's
And are you a personal fan of it?
no, and I think
No.
obviously no player is, but we have no choice. What
Okay.
Manfred chooses, we have to do. So I don't think any player is a fan of the pitch clock or the shift being taken away. I think that if we wanted to, we could. As a pitcher, you can tell the guys behind you, "Hey, don't shift here." I think it's everyone's choice. I would have liked that, but taking it all away and then and the pitch clock is
Big factor.
It's a big factor, but this is something that we're gonna have to get used to. I know everyone in the minors has had to get used to it. It's a change for everyone, so there's nothing we can do about it now. So we're gonna have to change it. And hell, I mean, I know that Marcus, you're gonna have some help. People will be asking everyone for help on what to do. How okay, I need to get my internal clock working now. Okay, I gotta, instead of walking on the mound for 30 seconds to, okay, I just threw 2 balls in a row, let me clear my head and go through that. We're not gonna be able to do that. So you better lock it in.
But it's maybe it's better to not overthink something, like just like bam bam bam, pitch. So could be useful as well, maybe for overthinkers.
So I think, I mean, now that you say that, me thinking about it, in the minor leagues, when you're on a Wednesday night pitching in front of 400 people, like the game doesn't really speed up too much. But if you're on a Saturday in front of 50,000 people, maybe it does speed up on you a little bit. I didn't think about it that way. Like just the pressure of just the noise and what's going on around you. I bet you that can be tougher. But again, we had an episode where we like strictly talked about the rule changes, and I think it takes about 1 month, and then it's like it's never been different.
Yeah,
like everything.
I think that's how it'll be. Give us a month, we're good to go.
Yeah, and there's going to be some people getting tossed. There's going to be some arguments. There's going to be the fans are going to love it, and they're going to it's going to be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can already see. I'm probably going to. I'd say I'll probably get 2 strikes all year given to me, and I'll probably end up giving up 20 balls. So
are you? I don't really remember. Are you a slow guy when it comes to in between pitches?
I don't know either. I've never paid attention to it. I come back. Okay, I throw the pitch. I get the ball. I come back. Usually, if I'm sweating, I'll wipe my face. I'll grab the rosin, and then I'll kind of look up. Yeah, I'd say what's the clock? 20 seconds.
20. I think 20 with nobody on and 15 with somebody on. No, vice versa. 15 with nobody on and 20 with runner on
less
first.
time with runners on? Come on. So.
No. It's 15 with nobody on and 20 with runners on.
Gotcha.
Yeah. In the minor leagues, we had 14 and 18.
14 and 18?
You can be lucky you get that extra second.
Yeah, we got that extra second. And what I hope we don't get, which I think is the dumbest thing too, is y'all can only pick off 2 times. That's
2 disengagements.
That's unfair because guys like me, you know, Nola, Syndergaard, who take pride in focusing on the pitch, taking their time, not going too slow to the plate, but not trying to speed up their delivery to mess it up. You know, Nola picks off. If he's got a runner on base, odds are he's going to pick off 6 to 7 times. And if you take that away from us, then yeah, that's just okay. Hey, here, steal. So we need to move the bases closer.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Making the bases bigger, making it less time for the guys to run.
So controlling the running game is going to be a whole nother level.
Exactly. So
Wow.
I think the game's changing a lot right now, man. Be a lot we have to do.
What do you think about the automatic strike zone? Do you think it will come?
I think it's going to come. I think it will, and I mean, heck, I've seen a lot of videos. My buddy is in AAA in Tacoma, and he sent me a lot of videos of his stuff. He's like, check out this strikeout he got. And, you know, the catcher's set up outside, and he yanks it inside, and the catcher dives for it, and it's strike 3. You know, I think that me personally, I think I would benefit from it just because my curveball, the vertical break on it is pretty big, and so, you know, I'm going to clip the bottom half of the zone when the ball is going to bounce in the dirt, and, you know, vice versa. You know, my ball might not even look like a strike at the top of the zone, and it clips the very top and could be a strike. So I think that it's gonna make hitting tougher, which I don't know why he would do that, because Manfred's been trying to make hitting easier. So
maybe it's because of a lot of like the refs bad or the umpires bad decisions, or a lot of critics in the past that came above the umpires, especially on Angel Hernandez, our best friend.
Angel Hernandez is this year he's been a really good pitching umpire.
Yeah,
he's been tough for the hitters.
Yeah, exactly. Like his strike zone is as big as maybe your house.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, yeah, as a pitcher you love that, but as a hitter that's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's insane what he's calling from time to time. Like I'm like when I'm a bit of a Dodger fan, but also when I watch other games, like just close games, nice games to watch, and he's calling not good balls or strikes, especially the balls like so far away from the strike zone, and he's like, strike.
That's it, strike.
And also his move goes on my nerves. Like, what is this? What is this?
Oh, we gotta be careful. Corey might have to throw again when he's behind the plate if he hears this.
I don't think Angel Hernandez is listening to our podcast.
Listen, he's like, oh, I'm gonna remember Corey. I'm not gonna give him anything now.
I remember what he said on that podcast thing.
Yeah, I remember that.
That stupid dude with the Texas Longhorn cap.
Yeah.
Are y'all getting Angel Hernandez on here next?
Oh, we might. Hey, if you give me his number, I might text him.
We might.
Oh, that's an interesting question I never thought about. Is there actually a relationship between the umpires and the players? Like, I know in the minor leagues, sometimes when you go out, if you're on the road, the umpires will be in the same hotel and you kind of like chat with them and maybe like have a drink with them. But in the big leagues, is it like completely separated and like nobody talks to anybody off the field?
Yeah, it's completely separated. No, we don't talk to umpires off the field. On the field is the only time, and I think that's just for protection reasons, you know.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, that way there's no what is it? there's no accusations at all for any kind of, collusion or bribes, whatever.
Yeah.
With everything that's gone on, in the NBA and stuff, I just think that the less we come in contact with each other off the field, the better.
Yeah, it's true.
Could you take us through your daily routine if you're obviously not injured? Because we had the last two times with starting pitchers, they took us also through their game day routine, but as a closer, it's obviously a bit different because you have more opportunities to play. So what is it like for you if you don't have a real off day or a scheduled off day? How is your daily routine?
My daily routine kind of varies. As a reliever, you try not to. I guess it's different than a starter. You try not to think about, okay, hey, I got to do this every day. I got to make sure that I roll out, I stretch my calves every day. I go through all my mobility stuff every day. I think that there's some days we gotta go out there and just be a kid again. We're playing a kid's game, so go out there, you show up, you do a dynamic warm up, go run a little bit, do some high knees, stretch your arms, do some bands, and then go throw and go face another hitter. It's I think sometimes we all as professional baseball players, we take it too seriously because it is our job, and at the same time, I think you just got to remember that we're playing a kid's game and we're getting paid to play it. So, but at the same time, I could be the idiot that's saying that, and that's why I've been hurt 4 years of my career. So, I don't know, man. When I'm feeling good, when I know I need some work, that's when I'll go in and I run. I like to flush run to get my arm to feel better and get my body to feel better too. Go through a run, and I like to eat cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers and beef.
All right, I got that's the perfect thing you said, because I was going to talk about something. Food. You remember when you were rehabbing with us last year and we were in Round Rock and you got us spread every night because you loved the food that was around?
Yep.
So a lot of people, I mean, most of the German viewers don't really know how like the difference between minor leagues and big leagues work. But can you explain, like, if you're a big leaguer rehabbing in the minor leagues, like, what are the unwritten rules? Like, what are the things that you have to do, and what are the things that you think like are unnecessary or maybe are necessary?
I think depends. If you're pre-arbitration, if you haven't gotten your first contract in the big leagues and you're going on a rehab assignment in the minors, then that one's different. You come in, maybe you buy one spread for whatever time you're there. But I think, if you're under contract and you're rehabbing down the minor leagues, I'm a believer in, giving them a spread. And a spread is in, maybe you go to Chipotle. Everyone loves Chipotle. Or you go to Chick-fil-A, get some In-N-Out burger, whatever. Treat the minor leaguers right. Give them a spread. Give them food and a lot of it, because in the big leagues, everywhere we go, we've got access to awesome food in the clubhouse. And if you don't like the food in the clubhouse, then most of them have a chef where you ask the chef to make you something. Give me a cheeseburger. Give me some salmon. Give me some chicken. So I just think that being able to, be down there and, realizing, look, what were you getting some days? You're getting some food catered in. Hopefully there's enough to feed everybody. Look, that's just how it is. It's hell. I know times are a lot different now, but I remember when I was in low A in 13, there was days where we had peanut butter and jellies, multiple days. 4 to 5 days a week, there's peanut butters and jellies for pregame, and you were perfectly fine with that. That's what you knew. That's what you're getting. So, yeah, and then you get a big leaguer come down in rehab, and all of a sudden you're getting steak and lobster, mac and cheese. This is awesome. So, I try to do that every time. And like I said, I've been on the IL 4 years of my career now, so I've gone on rehab assignments, and I've made sure I feed them well.
I can tell you one thing, that you were the best when it came to food for sure. You were the best big leaguer that I've ever rehabbed with, because it was what I think 6 out of 6 days, man. You got a spread like 13 out of 20 days that you were rehabbing with us.
Yeah.
It was unreal. It was to the point where when you were gone, everybody was like, "What is this shit? Like, why are we eating this?" Yeah.
What is this crap we're eating right now?
Where's
Chipotle?
You spoiled us. No, but what do you think? Do you think like what Scherzer did with the AirPods? Like, you think that's a little over the top, or would you say that if you're a guy who's making 30 million, and like, is it more of a what would you have wished for when you were in the minor leagues?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, that's if you want to do something like that, so be it. If you want to give out, AirPods like that, if you think, something that you used when you were in the minors or that you wish you would have used, which I know Scherzer loves headphones, always listen to music. So that's probably something that, he thought was a great idea, which, yeah, I mean, it could be. Some guys, maybe in the minors just have these other headphones that they don't like, and boom, there you go. Now you got a pair of AirPods. So
You should get everybody a gift card to Lulu next time you're in an affiliate. I know, I can tell you, everybody loves Lululemon.
there you go. Everyone loves Lulu. But that's something that you're going to use more than just food anyway. I'm just bringing in spread a couple days of my rehab assignment. So.
Well, I remember you saying that, like, especially in Round Rock, you said the fact that I'm home and I know, like, I want to eat this food, I miss it all year, and I might as well get it for everybody. So you see, like, how I grew up. I remember you saying that, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, this is my hometown. I want everyone to experience the best food in this town, so I did. Not everyone gets that, though. Not everyone gets to play in their hometown, so.
Yeah, it's also true.
That's awesome, man. We don't have this. When I played for second team, like, they came down, were pissed off that they had to came down, and then went back up after, and there's nothing like you go out after for food. They're just happy when they're leaving. Like, for the pros, being on the second team for some players is like getting fined.
Like getting fined?
Yeah, really. Like, if you're not making the squad for the game day, maybe you have to go down for playing second team, and then
that's more like getting like optioned in baseball. Like so in soccer, if you don't make the team, like, you basically don't. It's like a different roster every game, right? And or a few guys are different.
Yeah, depending on how many injuries you have. Like, if you don't have any injuries, you will have the same squad. Just if somebody is not performing that good, but normally you have almost the same squad. Maybe the starting 11 is changing a bit, but yeah. But even if you're injured, or when I was injured and had to play like 1 or 2 games, it's not that you pay them. Like, you go down, and just like my goal was always to perform good and to treat the guys nice. Then they are happy enough. But we don't have that. But it would be cool. It would be awesome. Would bring guys together.
You don't always have that. I feel like there's some guys, you get sent down in baseball, not everyone's going to be happy about it, So, yeah, I think Sobach's kind of onto something there. That's being on a rehab assignment and, yeah, getting options. Basically not making the team yeah, it's kind of similar to the second team.
Yeah.
What would be interesting for me is like you're obviously in a big clubhouse with the Phillies, but you also were with the Dodgers. Could you give us like quick insight? What are differences or similarities to both clubhouses?
I mean, I'd say that, being with the Dodgers and the Phillies, both teams put a lot of money into the facilities, not only just, where you work out, where your training room is, but also the staff. I remember with the Brewers, we had one psychologist. Well, with the Phillies and the Dodgers, we had two mental skills coaches, a team psychologist. We've got 5, 6 trainers, massage therapists, a nutritionist. They're putting more money into making you better, not just, okay, hey, here's your stuff. Go get ready to play today. No, we've got everything you need. If you're sore, if you're hurting, if you're tired, whatever you have going on, we have whatever we need to help you right now. So they, the way they described it was, we're investing in the whole athlete, not just the baseball side of you. So.
And from the personalities, like, is there a difference? Would you say like how was the Dodger how was the Dodger clubhouse with the personalities and the vibe, I would say, and the Phillies? Are there differences, or is it because you have big stars in both teams?
Yeah, I think there's differences. Obviously, not. I guess with the Dodgers, we showed up every day as, like, hey, we're gonna go out and perform. We're gonna play as a team, but we're just gonna go out there and perform today, do good, whatever. And then with the Phillies, like I said, with the fans, sometimes the night before the fans are pretty tough, and so we kind of almost I feel like we come together more, with the Phillies. Look, hey, today it's on us. We got to perform together as a team, root each other on. No matter what happens, let's go. Let's get in there. And yeah, we got some big names, but there's big names on us, the Dodgers, every team. And you just got to be able to go out there and block out everything that's happening and go out and perform. So without naming any names on the teams, I think that there was different stars that had different personalities, and that's what we'll always get. So I think it was, plus LA was kind of different. Everything is kind of further away, so we got there earlier. Everyone usually got to the field early, because if you didn't leave at a certain time, then you'd be late. Either you left at, because of traffic. Either you leave at 12:30 and it takes you 30 minutes to get there, so you're there at 1, or you leave at 1 o'clock and it takes you an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then you're late. So I noticed that we were all there a lot earlier with the Dodgers than with the Phillies. The longest drive anyone had was 25 minutes to get to the field. So we usually all showed up, around 2 o'clock, 2:30, and got going. Got our stuff in.
Do you have
like hanging around?
Do you have an apartment in Philadelphia, or are you like Airbnbs? How do you do it normally?
Yeah, we just rented a house. We just rented a house that was unfurnished and put in some furniture. We got a pod we just move around with. So we load up that pod after the end of the season, and it's got our beds, my kids' beds, furniture, couches, plates, pots, pans, and then we send it off to the pod after the season, and then whatever team I'm with the next year, whenever we get the house, wherever we're at. We get that pod delivered to the house and unpack it. So
How's that for your? I mean, this is a little more personal, but how's that for your kids? Like, at their, I mean, I know how young they are, so isn't it awesome to be in different cities? And I know there's some perks and some like bad things about it, but do they like it, or do you think it's a little stressful?
there's some. My oldest daughter, she's almost 5 now. She's understanding it a lot more. I know when she was a little younger, like 2 and 3, she would always say, we're taking a vacation. We're going to our vacation home in Milwaukee. When are we going back to Texas? And now she realizes, okay, we played in California, we lived in Los Angeles, we played in Pennsylvania, we lived in Philadelphia, and she's getting to that age now where she knows that my parents, her grandparents, all of her other friends and family are here in Texas, and all of her best friends, all the players' kids are in Philly. And so she a lot of times she gets upset when we have to come back to Texas because, I mean, the friends and people that she sees every day in the family room are in Philly. So I think she's getting to the age now where it's getting a little tougher for her to leave Philly, leave the places where she's got friends her age that are able to play every day, So,
Yeah.
But once she starts school next year, I think it'll be a little different.
Understood.
I got one like for me, my last question I have for you, because you're the first and only all-star we've ever had, and maybe we'll ever have on the show. I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, how was like being selected for an all-star team? Obviously, is like the biggest honor. Maybe the only other thing is winning a World Series, maybe that I can compare that to. But how is that? Like, how is that representing your team, being in an all-star, like in a packed stadium, knowing that you're literally for that day, is the definition of what you've been saying all day, is like you're playing a kid's game. You're just having fun.
Yeah. That was I don't really have words to describe how it was. I mean, it was awesome. Everything went by so fast that we didn't really get to enjoy it. It just was a snap of the fingers and we were done. We got in Sunday night, my wife and I, and I just remember getting so drunk on the plane that we got home and I slept a little bit the next day, and then we had the home run derby and it was awesome. We had a concert, and we're in Miami, so everything stayed open till 4 a.m. So we didn't eat our dinner until midnight, and I was so exhausted the next day. I mean, everything, we were just running around. I wish we had more time. It's like they cram a week's worth of activities and things to do in 2 days. And by the time we woke up and I was ready to enjoy it, it was Wednesday and we're flying back home. So it was a lot of fun, man. I had a blast, and being next to the best of the best in the National League and American League. I remember I was in between Kenley Jansen. Kenley Jansen was to my left, and I played catch with him for the first time, and that was awesome, in 2017. And then being his teammate last year, this is pretty cool. So, hell, I wouldn't trade a thing with that, man. Being an all-star was something I never thought I'd be able to be, and I was. So.
Did you take your jersey? Your all-star jersey? Yeah.
So many jerseys. I've got so much stuff in there. Who knows if I'll ever make one again? I gotta take everything, man. I got a jersey signed by the whole National League, a ball signed by them, a ball signed by the American League. I got plenty of stuff.
Is that a normal thing to do? That like for that day, a lot of people would give jerseys and get them signed by everybody. It's like memorabilia for yourself.
Yeah, I think some guys do. I think the guys that have been there multiple times probably don't. But like for me, you can take a look.
Cool.
Oh
I
wow!
got a lot of balls signed. There's a team ball for the National League. Where's a team ball for the American League?
That's dope.
I can't find that, but yeah, I've got
That is awesome.
right there. I got Buster Posey, Trevor Story, Clayton Kershaw, Craig Kimbrell,
Wow.
Zach Grant, Ryan Zimmerman, and everything. Every
That's
guy
awesome.
I played with, I got.
What's your
each one of-
favorite ball?
Yes. Oh, who's my favorite ball?
Yeah, your favorite ball.
I'll show you that. That's an easy one. Right here. Mariano Rivera.
No
okay.
way.
Yeah.
How did you
That
get
is no
that?
doubter.
I got that one the year he retired.
You played
the
him?
year he retired. I was at an event. I didn't get it from him.
Oh,
I won that in a raffle. So, but
That's awesome.
it was special.
Hey,
Yeah, that's sick.
that's
I mean, is that like being a closer yourself? Is that kind of like the guy everybody looks up to?
Yes. 100%.
Like that's the records to break, right? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I got that ball back in 2013 when I was a closer in college, just coming into pro ball, and all I threw was a fastball. So I just thought that was cool. Like, hey, I only threw a fastball. He only threw a cutter. So we're like the same.
that's awesome, man.
Not the same at all.
Did you met him? Did you met Mariano Rivera?
I have not met him. Never met him yet.
What would be your like? Do you have a top list? Which players you would like to met?
Yes.
Obviously, they have to be alive. Like Babe Ruth doesn't count.
I had a top 3 list for a while. It was Mariano Rivera, Nolan Ryan, and Albert Pujols. Those were 3 people that I really wanted to meet, and I've gotten to meet.
Play with him.
Yeah, I played with Pujols. I'll show you.
Hey,
I'll show you that. I played with Pujols, so that was perfect. I got to meet
so
Nolan
cool.
Ryan. He's a member at my my country club that I'm a member at, and I haven't met Mariano, but let's see. I'll show you. I got Albert Pujols right here, and he signed all that, but it was after I got a save last year against the Mets, and Albert was at first, and it was a ground ball to first, and he tossed it to me to get the third and final out, and so I thought that was cool. Like I got to field a ball from Big Pooh to get a save. So I'm gonna get him to sign this ball, and I'm gonna keep it, and yeah. That was it.
so
That was a
we
cool
talked
moment.
about we talked about people you want to meet, but now I want to know which hitters you want to face, and now it doesn't count if they're dead or alive. So give me your top 3 of hitters ever played baseball you want to close the game.
Well, I'd like to face. Let's see. The 3 guys I'd like to face.
Yes.
Babe Ruth, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Goldschmidt. He's a guy that I faced that he does really well against me. I like facing him. It's a good battle every time, and he's not an easy out, so I like to face him. And Ichiro. Those would be my 3.
Oh,
Why
wow, cool.
Ichiro? Why Ichiro?
Because he's 3 for 3 off me.
Oh,
And-
okay. So
It was redemption.
Yeah.
redemption. Plus, he's got over 3,000 hits here, but pretty sure he had like 2,000 hits in Japan as well. And the numbers that guy had are insane. So, oh man, if I can add another player, I'd like to add Jeff Bagwell. I liked watching Jeff Bagwell growing up.
Yeah, okay. Okay, you can make 5 out of it if you like.
I can 5 and
for sure you can make 10. We don't care. Like it's a really interesting list, man.
Hey, bring in Sammy Sosa. I'd like to face him too. That'd be fun.
Oh man, that's a good list. Yeah.
What was your favorite strikeout? Like, do you have one that is in your mind or that comes to your mind?
Yeah. 2018 when we were in the National League Championship Series when I was with the Brewers against the Dodgers, and it was Game 1. And we were up by 1 run in the 9th inning, and I'm pitching. I got Chris Taylor at third, and Justin Turner's come up to the plate. It's 2 outs, and me and him had a great battle. I think the count was 1-2, and I had already thrown like 12 pitches to him, all fastballs. And Kratz, our catcher, looks at me like, gives me a curveball. I shake it off. Then we go fastball, and that was it. Struck him out right there. And I was so pumped. That was Game 1. We won that game, and that was a memorable strikeout for me.
Did you tell him last year when you played with him?
Yeah, he knew.
That's awesome.
I love that. Oh,
I remember
man.
he told me, he was like, I was just waiting on you to throw a curveball, and you never did. You never did.
We have in our podcast, we have a bunch of talks about like how it is to have 6 pitches, or if you would only have 2. And the fact that you just said that is pretty funny. It's like he was expecting you to throw the certain pitch, but you never did, and you only throw 2 pitches.
Yeah, I throw 2 pitches. So odds are, if you guess for one, you're going to guess right 50% of the time.
Yeah.
And he was just waiting on one of my other pitches. That never came.
Awesome, man.
I remember we were in Round Rock, and you were playing catch with Bobby Wall, and you threw a curveball, and it hit him in the foot. I mean, he knew it was coming, and he couldn't even catch it.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about that.
Yeah, he threw his glove up in the air. He stormed off. I remember he was so upset.
He was so pissed at me.
Yeah, he was angry at you, and then he was like, "I told you it was going to be a curveball. It's pretty sharp today."
Curveball, and he was like, "Yeah, I forgot how much it breaks."
Hey, I can tell one my favorite. So Matt loves golf, so I got to tell him our golf story in Albuquerque.
Now I'm excited.
We were traveling. It was like one of the last series of the year, and we all wore like onesies. So, like rompers. If you don't mind, I can even we can post a picture of us 4, Quack, Austin, you, and me with the romper. If you're cool with that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we all had these onesies on, and I had like palm trees on it. Corey had it looked like one big beer. So the whole romper was just one beer. And we went out and golfed and had a few beers. And it was just like in New Mexico, beautiful weather, just playing golf. And Corey's a really good golf player. I don't know how Quack survived that day because he likes to. Yeah, he had a few. But yeah, man, that was awesome. That was for me, it was me as a minor leaguer playing golf in those outfits with 3 big leaguers. Like that was one of my coolest memories that I have. So thank you for, making that one of my best memories. But that was such a sick day. It was so much fun.
That was a cool day.
Golf was always fun.
Yeah.
Always fun. You've never
golf.
until you
What's
golf
your
in the wrong-
handicap?
My handicap?
Are you still 4.5 or 4.8?
It was a 4.8. Now it's probably gone up. I haven't played in a while, and my last round I played was like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Where did we play? Oh, we played in Atlanta. I think I shot an 89. So I'm probably at like a 7 handicap now.
Okay. You just got to play more. I mean, you got a long off season in Texas. You can play.
Yeah. There you go.
Did you get your? Well, were you with at Meister for your like stims and stuff?
Yep. I went through Meister for my stem cell injection.
Are you rehabbing at their facility, or do you have your own
No,
PT?
I've got a facility in Austin that has my own PT. He does. He just talked to Meister's PT, and they got on the same page on what I need to do, which is basically just shoulder strengthening, and that's it.
Okay. Just for the other two, Meister is one of the I'd say top 3 or 4 surgeons in all of America for baseball players. He's like he's the go-to guy if you have Tommy John for all the big leaguers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's it's like him, Elatrosh,
Then
Dr.
Joe,
and then Krimchek, and Allcheck, and then Meister.
Yeah.
It's like 5.
I got my surgery. I don't know if you can see from the Tampa Bay Rays doctor, Coco Eaton. He's the one who did Blake Snell as well. He's like kind of he's got a very, very good track record at the moment. So
Nice.
hopefully I chose the right one.
Hey, they're all good. Plus, Tommy John is way different now. Tommy John, this success rate is over 95%. All doctors are well qualified for Tommy John. So, shoulder surgery is just different. So, that's why I'm trying not to get it.
Hopefully, you not have to do the surgery.
Yeah. Hope not either. Well,
I just had mine 3 weeks ago on the meniscus, and it was the first surgery, and I hated it. Still hate it.
Surgery, period. I can't stand.
No.
Stay away from it.
What?
Said stay away from surgery if you can. And if you can't, well, yeah. That's when it sucks.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Well, Corey, we'll let you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
just
my Chipotle just kept looking at me, so I couldn't
yeah,
stop.
No.
I can totally understand it.
You've taken so much time. We really appreciate that, man.
Yeah. On, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Was
y'all
so much fun.
Have a good rest of 2022, okay? Stay safe.
Thank you.
You too. All the best for the playoffs. Hopefully we see you pitching in the playoffs, closing some games.
That would be awesome.
I hope. Well,
best of luck.
Thanks, guys.
Corey.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one, man. See you, Corey. Thank you.
Ja, das war Corey Kluber. Länger als erwartet. Legende. Absolute Legende. Also, es ist auch einfach. Ich habe hier eine Mücke seit 2 Stunden, die ich nicht zu fassen kriege. Es war sensationell.
Geil.
Also,
war cool.
Geiler Typ, geile Baseball-Sammlung und ja.
Die Baseball-Sammlung war richtig geil.
Wahnsinn.
Ja.
Wahnsinn. Macht auch bei ihm, bei Corey, das Gleiche, was ihr bei Josiah Gray gemacht habt, unter den Kommentaren unter ein paar Bildern. Die Emojis da lassen, damit er ein bisschen deutsche Baseball-Liebe abbekommt. Und Wir hoffen, dass wir euch weiterhin so tolle Gäste präsentieren dürfen. Ist natürlich jetzt mit Corey Knebel, nicht den Namen falsch sagen, der ein All-Star war, ist natürlich schon sensationell und geile Geschichten auf Lager gehabt.
Ja.
In diesem Sinne bleibt es mir wie immer nur noch übrig zu sagen, es war mir heute mehr als
Eine absolute Ehre.
Go Phillies.